The Lodge Activity Board is no longer restricted to just 3 minutes or under. Join Board Director Stephen Reynolds and his co-host du jour as they dive a little deeper into what's happening in Door County. It's time to go beyond the board with FM 106.9, The Lodge.
Thank you, announcer guy with the big booming voice. It's always been a dream of mine to be announced by somebody like you. Yeah, it's podcast time, people, and we got a good one, especially if you're a theater buff. This is about the Northern Sky Theater, a long-standing Door County theatrical tradition, and they've got exciting news to share about their brand new theater and their brand new show that they're having a world premiere of. And we have the good fortune of even having access to the guy that created it, the playwright. He wrote the music, he wrote the show, and it's all about his experiences with respect to, but not limited to, the Green Bay Packers and season tickets. You know how hard it is to come by those season tickets? That's pretty much kind of the essence of this original production, which will have its world premiere. So let's hear all about this stuff and even throw in a little Marina Fest in Sister Bay for good measure if you're looking for something fun to do. And now, let's do it without any further ado. Let's start this Beyond the Board podcast with big news, especially if you are a part of Northern Sky Theater. They are beginning their fall season this weekend, as they traditionally are wont to do. But traditionally, they go indoors at the Door Community Auditorium in Fish Creek because they can't stay in Peninsula State Park. It gets a little chilly there in that open-air amphitheater. But this year is different because this year they are moving into their brand new facility that they have been constructing for the last year. It is called the Gould Theater, the Barbara and Spencer Gould Theater. They helped out a little getting this done, Barbara and Spencer, thanks to those kids. They also have a new creative center as well. It's right there in Fish Creek on the intersection of County Road A and County Road F, and it is super cool, man. I got a tour of it. It is state of the art, and they are kicking this off in grand fashion with a world premiere of one of their fun musicals. This one is called Dad's Season Tickets. Yes, it is, a nostalgic musical celebration of family folly and the Green Bay Packers. Perfect for just the kind of thing Northern Sky Theater is known for. And I got a guy here in Studio B with me. I am very fortunate to get to talk to the guy that is responsible for creating this original production, Dad's Season Tickets. His name is Matt Zembrowski. He did the book, he did the music, he did the lyrics, and now here he is to do my Beyond the Board podcast. Matt, how the heck are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for inviting me.
So this Dad's Season Tickets, what is that all about?
It's a show, as it says, about family folly and football. It's about the Kosinski family. No relation. Actually, that's not true. It's actually, I take the name from my grandma's ancestral family. The Kosinski family in Green Bay is suddenly thrown into a little bit of upheaval because they find out that Dad, Frank, his season tickets are suddenly in play. He has to decide who of them is going to inherit his season tickets when he passes on. He has 3 daughters, and as you can expect in a musical comedy, lots of hair gets pulled and stuff gets thrown, and trying to figure out between the daughters how this is all going to work out. Lots of fun.
I always expect hijinks when I think musical comedy.
I like hijinks. That's a good name for it.
Now, I've got a little ahead of myself. We don't even know who the heck you are, Matt Zembrowski. Where are you from, man?
I'm originally from Milwaukee, and I currently live in a suburb of Milwaukee, West Allis. I'm sure some people have visited down there before.
And you come up to Door County on a regular occasion?
It's much more regular now that I've been writing shows for Northern Sky, yes, but I've been coming up here with my family every summer since apparently I was an infant. I guess I was 5 months old when I first came up here.
Wow, we have that in common. I've always had a connection to Door County my own self from when I was still in utero.
Oh, nice. I know most of my siblings have had the same experience.
So what is it in your background that makes you capable of writing original musicals like this?
I wish I had a succinct answer for that. I don't. But because the arts don't really run in my family necessarily. But I understand when I was very young, very, very young, my mom tells me that I was able to speak in full sentences to strangers when I was 18 months old.
Wow.
So I understand I've kind of always been a storyteller. I started writing novels, which no one will ever read paid because they're terrible. But I always wanted to tell stories. So when I stumbled on Northern Sky Theater's predecessor, American Folklore Theater, several years ago now, I saw that I could tell stories on stage in front of an audience, which to me seemed really, really interesting, but I had no idea how to go about it. So when I got to high school, I got into theater and suddenly remembered that dream of mine to tell stories on stage. So when I was an undergraduate at UWM, I started writing shows on a very small scale and performing them for very small audiences.
So
and
you
just
are an
loving
actor as well.
Yeah. Yep. I started out as an actor.
Okay, and now do you do more behind the scenes, or do you continue to act?
I act every once in a while. I've been directing high school theater now for several years. Just as kind of a sort of a left-hand turn in my career, an opportunity presented itself to work with young people, and I thought I should explore that. So the last several years, I've been teaching at Thomas More High School in Milwaukee, and as soon as the writing bug hit, I started realizing that that's kind of where my creative passions really were. I still do perform as often as possible, but I've worn many different hats, and I'm finding that the one that fits best is the writing, the storytelling one.
Well put. And how about the musical part? Are you a musician then? How do you create these original works of music?
I write songs kind of out of necessity, and people will be, that know me will be frustrated when I say that, because they say that they think that my songwriting is what they enjoy the best of my storytelling. But I sort of came to it out of necessity. I realized that if I wanted to do a musical, if I didn't have the resources to hire someone who is really good at writing music, I'd have to do it myself. And so that's just kind of how it came about. I taught myself a lot of the basics of how to craft a song, mostly just by listening to other shows and watching shows up here. And fortunately, I've run into some people who've helped me sort of edit those a little bit and sort of refine that skill a little bit so that it fits, as opposed to a giant 7-minute epic song that doesn't fit in the middle of Act 1.
I am putting you on the spot, I know, and you can decline, so feel free to. But so this new show, an original production, Dad's Season Tickets, can you give us a little, sample, as it were, of what we might hear musically, a song? I know it's a cappella, but could you sing a little of one of them?
The prevailing style of the show is set in 1996. It's set during when the Packers were marching their way towards Super Bowl 31. So a lot of the music from the show is sort of inspired by the bands that I grew up with in the 90s. So the opening number, which you'll hear quite a bit,
Nirvana?
Not so much Nirvana, more Matchbox 20, but you'll hear little snippets of just about everything from that era. But it starts out really rocking with a nice beat, and it goes, "When you live in Green Bay, you hear people say it's like everyone is family, with neighbors who care, who will always be there. We're pretty sure that you'll agree." Now, if you add a beat to that and a bass, you got the whole picture.
That was awesome. You got a good voice, man.
Thank you very much.
Are you in this production?
I wish I was in this production, but no. Actually, there's not even a character for me in this one. I wrote it specifically for the performers that are in this show, which is a real luxury. Sometimes you'll write a show and have no idea who's going to be cast in it, but it's a real joy writing for Chase Steger and Doug Manchesky and Kelly Doherty, and they're the ones who are bringing this show to life. And so it's neat in a totally different way. I think if I were in this show, I wouldn't have been able to see it from the outside as much and help craft it in the way that I have been able to.
So cool. Well, there's a good background on who Matt Zembrowski is.
Yeah.
And we're going to get into now this new Gould Theater, this place that they have constructed for Northern Sky Theater, which is fabulous. But first, let me detour just for a second. Matt, you're not going to be at this thing because you're going to be otherwise obligated, but some of our Beyond the Board listeners might also want to hit Marina Fest this week, and that's going on in Sister Bay, a celebration of the rebuilding of the Sister Bay Marina, which happened in 1993. So it's a 3-day celebration. It's Labor Day, everybody. Saturday. What are some of the highlights on Saturday? Looks like they've got kids boat building. There's a kids carnival. They're going to inflate the bouncy houses. Music, of course. Last Man Standing, they'll be the first to perform. And then Mistrial, they're going to perform from 1 to 4. And then in the evening, Door County local favorite Blues Masters Big Mouth and the Power Tool Horns. They're going to perform. And then at around 8:30, there's going to be fireworks, a whole day of fun here, there in Sister Bay. It's Marina Fest. It continues on Sunday. They'll crank it up again. They're going to have that museum, Door County Maritime Museum wooden boat raffle. Maybe you'll win a wooden boat. That would go good for your Door County tourism experience. More music on Sunday. Conscious Pilot will play. Very thought-provoking music at this year's Marina Fest. Wow, Conscious Pilot. And then in the evening on that pavilion stage, it's Frank Maloney and his Big Country Unit. That should be a lot of fun, and then the fun will continue on Monday. Have you ever met Frank Maloney and or seen his Big Country Unit, Matt?
I can't say that I have, but it's just based on the name, that is someone that I would go see.
It's very impressive. But actually, it isn't all that big. It's a smaller band.
Oh, all right.
I got to get away from the double entendre here. We're going to get into a dangerous area. Okay, back to Northern Sky Theater. Big doings there for them. They are kicking off their fall season this weekend with the debut of a world premiere, in fact, Dad's Season Tickets. That will be performed for the first time Friday, and somebody who's going to be watching that with rapt attention is the guy that wrote it. He's Matt Zembrowski. He is with me here in Studio B. So, are you ready to hit the stage with this thing, or what?
I will be much more ready to hit the stage when I see the rehearsal today. It's still kind of a dream almost, just how this whole thing has come together. But I am very much looking forward to seeing this in front of an audience.
Friday's show, you're not going to be able to get into that one. That one's all sold out in the 248-seat Gould Theater. But there might be a few tickets left for Saturday, 2 shows on Saturday. And if you can't even get to those, don't fret, because this is just the start of the fall season. It goes for a while. It goes into October, doesn't it?
Yep.
And you've got weekday shows every evening at 7. And then on Saturdays, there are 2 shows at 3 and 7 o'clock. So talk to me about this fabulous new facility, the Gould Theater, Barbara and Spencer Gould Theater. And that isn't all that's there. There's also this really nifty new creative center. What do you think of this place? What do you make of it?
I think it is it's absolutely essential for a company like Northern Sky to finally have their own space. I've been aware of the company for most of my life, and I have now been working or have a working relationship with the company for almost 10 years. And it's been a never-ending battle for them to try to just keep their day-to-day operations going because they're so scattered around the county. They would store their sets in one place. Their offices were just around the corner at the Green Gables stores, which they have now moved to the Creative Center. So just to be able to have everything in one place is really essential for them. They can now build their sets and have the director come over and look at them. Instead of driving all the way across the county, they just have to walk across a parking lot to do so.
And they will continue to perform the summer season in Peninsula State Park, correct?
Absolutely. As I understand it, they have a very long-term lease, several decades, I believe, with Peninsula State Park to continue doing shows during the summer outside. But as you alluded to before, it's kind of hard to predict the weather in September and October to try to do shows outside. So this is also great because it instead of having to rent spaces to do their shows, now they're in their own space, and it's very much. I know you've been in there. It's very much based on the look of the amphitheater at Peninsula Park. It's got a very rustic sort of feel for a brand new theater. They really put some thought into it.
Yeah, you feel like you're kind of surrounded by the tall pines. Mm-hmm. There's those huge shutters, I guess those doors that open up and let light in. They weigh, something like 400 pounds or 2 tons?
Yeah, I heard when they were moving those things in, it took 3 or 4 guys to move each of them. And it really does. You're right. It kind of gives the impression of the big giant pines at Peninsula Park Amphitheater.
Wow. And what a distinction for you to have your show, your original production, be the first that will ever be performed in this place. Tell me how that feels.
It really, like I said, it's a dream. Like I started going to see shows at American Folklore, that's Northern Sky's predecessor, in 1995. And I had a dream of telling stories with this company. So this is going on almost 25 years. And so when they said that this show was going to open their new space, their dream space, which they've been dreaming about as long as I've been affiliated with the company in any way, it still doesn't quite make sense in my 12-year-old fanboy head that this is really happening. I keep watching the show in rehearsal and I'm going, I know I had this idea, but this suddenly seems like it belongs to them, like it's everybody's sort of dream now to see how this new space works with this weird, wacky show that I thought might be fun.
Well, it is happening, little Maddie Zembrowski. It's going to have its world premiere, Dad's season tickets, right there at the brand new Barbara and Spencer Gould Theater, Northern Sky Theater, located in Fish Creek. It's still got that new theater smell. Get there as soon as you can. It'll go all fall. Dad's season tickets, a nostalgic musical celebration of family, folly, and the Green Bay Packers. Wow. Sounds like it's going to be a great show. That was fun. You gave us a little sample of the music. The music sounds great. Good luck to you. Break a leg. Do you say that to the writer of the show?
I think it definitely applies.
Hey, thank you for spending some time with me on Beyond the Board. Well, there's everything you want to know about what's going on with Northern Sky Theater, everybody. And remember, you can go see this show, Dad's season tickets. It's their fall season at Northern Sky Theater in their brand new location in Fish Creek. Thanks so much for spending this time with me, brother.
You're very welcome. Thanks for having me.
Hey there. Thanks for listening. Find the latest episodes of Beyond the Board on the TuneIn app, Apple Podcasts, or right on FM 1069thelodge.com. Don't forget to be social. Like, share, subscribe, and comment to let us know how you felt about this episode.